Hello, my name is Josue Benavides and I will be doing a persuasion speech on why drinking alcohol is bad. Well, have you ever been told by a friend or a family member that is drinking, hey, come here, have a beer with me? And they say, how much damage can it do to your body? Well, in one instance, one of my cousins was with the wrong crowd of friends and they told her, hey, come here, have a beer with us. And she said, no, thank you, I'm okay. They told her, come on, how much damage can it really do? It's just one beer. She kept on refusing to drink with them, but they kept on insisting and insisting her. Finally, she agreed. She said, okay, I'll have one beer with you guys. She had that beer and she liked it. She had another one, she had another beer and another beer. And that led her to try more alcohol and, hey, I want shots. And she started trying different things and rum and I don't know what she was trying. Well, she became an alcoholic after that night. And I could immediately tell that she was doing something wrong because, first of all, alcohol affects your body, it affects your mind, and it affects your personal relationships. How does it affect your body, you may ask? Or how can you tell that they're drinking? First of all, alcoholics usually always have a bad odor to them. Why? Because alcohol causes people to smell bad, to smell yucky. Second of all, it affects your brain. How does it affect your brain, you may ask? Well, your brain starts slowing down, it starts shrinking, it becomes slower and slower and slower every time you drink. Words that you were able to pronounce, now you slur them, you can't pronounce them right, and it affects your personal relationships. How does it affect your personal relationships? We'll get into that in a little bit, but it affects something that you should cherish so much with your friends and family, something that you're supposed to cherish. It affects that. And not only that, it also affects people in their jobs. Many people have lost their jobs because they drink alcohol. Let's start off with the brain, something very important in the body, something that controls our whole body. How does it affect our brain? Well, as I said, the brain is damaged. What does it cause? It causes a disease called WKS. What is that, you may ask? It is a disorder that impairs memory, affects your vision, your speech, and causes seizures. Apart from all of those things that I just told you, the person will not be able to make any new memories. And that is something I see very sad, that they can't make any memories with some friends or family that they're around. Why? Because alcohol makes your memories start disappearing. That's why when you ask an alcoholic, hey, what happened last night? I forget, because they can't make new memories. So they forget many things. Okay, it also, neurotransmitters are released. What are neurotransmitters, you may ask? Neurotransmitters calm down the brain. Or what do? They calm down the brain. Not in a good way, they just slow it down. Another thing that they do is that they cause pleasure. Yes, they cause pleasure for a little while, maybe an hour or two, but what does it do in the long term? Well, let me tell you, these things can lead to shortness of breath, hallucination, night terrors, delusions, and high levels of aggression. Okay, let me explain this. Breath. You can't breathe so much. It's like COVID. It fills up your lungs. How COVID is, it fills up your lungs with mucus and you can't breathe right. You can't breathe right. Your lungs are not to its full potential. So you can't imagine, by drinking alcohol you lose your breath. You start decreasing in breath. Okay. Hallucinations. You start seeing things. You start seeing other things, that you might be in somewhere else. You might be in a different world. You might hallucinate people talking to you, demons or whatever. Night terrors. You usually can't sleep because you have night terrors. You're afraid. And that is something that alcohol does in the long term. It also causes high levels of aggression. Okay, what does that do? You're aggressive to people. If someone could say, hi, oh, you want to fight them. Or if anything, you're drunk or anything, you always want to fight. You're aggressive towards people. And that is something that alcohol does to your body. It also, you will start having problems with your brain, how you can't learn new things. Alcohol makes you not be able to learn new things. If your teacher say you're still in college and you're drinking, your professor saying something, you won't be able to capture it as well as if you were not drinking alcohol. Alcohol is something that affects your brain so much. Let's go on with the body, the liver. Alcohol can cause liver cancer, something that could lead you to death. The stomach starts producing more acid than what it's supposed to. Why? Because alcohol goes straight into your stomach and your stomach starts producing acid, more production of acid, and that could lead to your stomach bleeding. That could lead to also death. Your pancreases, start becoming you get an how what do you call it? Let me see here. An inflammation of the pancreases. Okay, that can cause pancreas cancer. So that is something that could also lead you to death. Your heart begins to like start slowly dropping down, and it starts slowing down, so it's not beating as fast. Um, and it is very common when you drink alcohol. Alcohol is a depressor, so your heart starts slowing down. You start feeling weaker. You start feeling depressed. Your bones. What does alcohol do to your bones? You may ask, hey, what can alcohol really do to my bones? They start taking away calcium that your bones need. Alcohol starts taking that away from your bones, so you have very weak bones. Let's go on to the mind. What can it really do to the mind? Okay, the action the mind produces. Your mind is always active. Your mind should always be active. If your mind is not active, your brain starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and it becomes really, really small. So that's that. Your memory, how I have told you, your memory. You start losing memory. You can't remember things. You can't. Right now, if I'm doing something that I'm trying to remember this speech, I will not be able to learn it am if I am drinking alcohol, because it affects that. The effects alcohol does on people, how I had said, it depresses you, it makes you depressed, and it gets your heart to start slowing down, which could lead to death. That's how my cousin died. Unfortunately, she was drinking too much. Her heart started beating slower and slower. She drank some pills because she couldn't go to sleep, put her heart all the way not to be able to beat anymore, and she passed away. That's what alcohol can do to you. Lastly, your jobs, your family, and your friendship. Those are things that alcohol can affect. Your jobs. You can lose your jobs because drinking alcohol, because you can remember things, or you're drunk or whatever, or you want to drink alcohol. Your family. You could lose your family because your family doesn't like how you act when you're drinking alcohol. Friendships. Friends might leave you because of over excessive drinking. And something in conclusion, I'm going to say that these are the most important things. Something that you should cherish and you should care for. Your friends and family. In conclusion, I'm just going to say this. I think that something that should be cherished could be ruined by alcohol. And something that should be cherished is your job, your family, and friends. So I just want to say, I don't recommend you to drink alcohol. And I want to thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.